Let's move on. At Hawthorn, the water levels are rising. It's not a wave yet, but the water levels are getting higher and higher on the Alistair Clarkson future. There's no question about this. At some point...
What do you mean by that, Hutchie?
Well, at some point, somewhere, this is going to have to be assessed by Hawthorn and Alistair if they are best for each other in the future. And if they are, they've got to get on with it and extend him out and let him develop. And if they're not, they've probably got to come to a conclusion at the end of the year.
But he's out at the end of next year, Hutchie.
Yeah,
so
it can't go into next year unresolved.
So they have to either extend him or get Sam Mitchell in the chair?
If he is indeed the guy. I think Uze be in the
What if, though,
well.
Hutchie, they view Sam Mitchell as being a great coach for 2023? So instead of putting Sam Mitchell in next year when it's going to be a really difficult season, let Alistair do another year. Give Sam another 12 months and then it be the year after that when they're a little bit more further advanced. I could see that being the sensible way to go about it.
Provided it's on Hawthorn's terms, I think, is the critical conversation. They got good draft picks. You couldn't let him trade any of those draft picks away.
Which they're not going to do.
His hubris is a part of his success. He has self-confidence in what he does and so he should. Is he going to accept that scenario, though? Like, if there are alternative jobs at the end of the year, we don't yet know. Does that fast-track his decision?
There has to be. That's the conversation that has to be had. Look, you are staying on our terms and there needs to be some strong narrative around what the future looks like and what they have to do at the draft and trade table.
Justin Reeves said on Sports Day tonight with Lordy and myself and Jared that they would wait until the end of the year. I think those conversations change dramatically if a job at, say, Carlton is
Well, of course it does. There'll be a gig for him, won't there? Someone will prefer...
It's hard to see no one wanting him for 2022.
If he declares his hand, it might mean a job becomes available that wouldn't have otherwise become available. What I would say, Lordo, history says he's best when there's a strong head of footy next to him. And I'm not... It's still too early to tell on new head of footy, but the talent drain around him has been significant.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with that, Hutchie. I think that's obviously the talent's not there, and what they've had is an amazing array of assistant coaches there. Sam Mitchell's currently the #1 coach there, but I think it's been a cut right throughout the whole football departments of all clubs. And Alistair's just got to do it tough for the next time being, but they've got the right man there, I think. Someone who can weather the storm like him through these tough... It's a lot easier
publicly,
yeah, I think that he's got so many runs on the board. He's the right man for the time, I think.
I had an argument with Tony Jones about Jeff Kennett's comments that, we'll go to the draft and in 2 years we'll be back to challenge. It's not accurate because footy fans aren't stupid now, they're smart. This is how long it can take after you go to the draft. It's not a 2-year situation. We look at Revolt there, Richmond, 11 years before he wins a premiership. Edwards, 11. Cochin, 10. Martin's 8 at Geelong. Those dynasties there were built by going to the draft, being patient with the players that you pick and backing them in. It is not a 2-year exercise. So for Jeff to say that, well, it's
You can understand
false.
why he's saying it, though, isn't he?
Well, I just don't think...
He's got to promote belief in
I
his
understand that, but footy fans aren't stupid. It's not going to take 2 years, go to the draft and we'll be right, we'll fix this thing. It's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of work, a lot of development, supporting Alistair Clarkson in the development department before this thing's going to turn around.